Good morning, everybody. Early again today, so I have to take my daughter to the bus, so I'm gonna do 8 a.m. today. Welcome to my channel. Now, craziness happened yesterday. All right, what happened yesterday? Well, not much in the beginning of the day. Market was horrible. I actually didn't trade at all. Market was too choppy. I talked about this being in the chop zone earlier in the morning. All right, but then Fed Powell talked. Right, at like 155. He basically threw the market a curveball and basically said they're only expected to do 50 basis points of cuts to the end of the year, which the market was pricing in more than that. That turned the market down, right? It actually broke down out of ultimate balance, like I was talking about. That forced everybody to sell. However, it didn't get follow through. Okay, it didn't get follow through. It had a quick move back recovery, so put big buying excess in, right? And then it kind of chilled out in the chop zone. Now, I normally don't trade after like 12 p.m., but when I was watching, I'm going to make a video about this later on. I was watching price action, watching order flow, the footprint chart, looking at the what just happened. Okay, I'm going to go over it in detail in a video, so I'm just going to say it really quickly. Ultimate balance. Whenever you fall out of ultimate balance and you recover, go back into balance. Okay, so that means you just shut off sellers. They're gone. Okay, now you're in this chop zone, and I know end of quarter window dressing is probably going to happen. Basically, saw big buyers step in at 57.82 in order flow, all right, and they kept get defended, kept adding, huge buyer there, okay, and then I saw, all right, I got long, SPY 571, stop 570. I did like a half risk thing, and it just skyrocketed. Once it went above the close, the previous day's close, and held, it went right up to 574. I took it off at like 574. I don't know, 300 and something percent winner. It was just like low hanging fruit. It was a low hanging fruit trade. It was like, I have to throw some risk on here. So I'm gonna go into a video, a detail of what I just said, but it was pretty. I don't usually step in, but when it was like that clear, I had to throw some risk on there. So I just wanted to start with that. Okay, so what we're doing right now is we're above those major levels. All right, so we're gonna get right into it. Like I said, I'm gonna speed it up a little today. My name is Steven Gonzalez. I use volume profile, market profile to find structure in these markets. Good morning, Pancake. And I also use gamma levels, supply and demand, most share price of the year, most share price of the month, week, previous day. That's my edge. Okay, that's where I get ultimate balance from, right? That's how I know these levels. Gives me confidence with these levels. All right, and then obviously make a trade based on order flow and all this other stuff I look at, right? You can check out my YouTube shorts and my TikTok for that. All right. So now, hopefully, now this week I've been doing 8 a.m. I don't know. I might be doing it again this week. Like forward, it's only 10 minutes earlier, but uh, hopefully you have a cup of coffee. Join me. We recap what's going on. All right. We talk about the leaders and the laggards in the morning. All right, and we go over daily charts, and we go to the main event today. Will probably happen around 8:20. All right, and then that's where I analyze the Nasdaq and ES futures. Okay, so please come join me. Hold on, my daughter's just giving me her iPad. All right, please come join me. All right, I don't even know if I did this. I probably did. Pancake, you could tell me, but subscribe, set in the little. I'm going to put it up there twice. All right, to the YouTube. All right, join me. All right, and as always, if you appreciate and like what I'm doing, smash the like button. That would help me out a lot. As well as you can join me on X at Gonzo719. And of course, like I said, check out my day trades on my YouTube shorts and TikTok, Gonzo719 Trader. Okay? Okay. So we're going to get right into this watch list here. Let's do it. All right, who's the leader today? Ether. Ether is looking like the leader today. up 1.26. Dollars up 0.92. The yen is falling. Okay, yen's falling, probably euro falling. All right, 30-year bonds are being bought, shoving yields down. Okay, silver's up 0.64, gold's up 0.54, Bitcoin's up 0.5. VIX is up 0.48. We're holding above a 16. Nasdaq's up 0.09. ES is flat, basically, only down 0.03. Russell's down 0.05, pretty much flat. The Dow is down a little bit, down 0.24. Crude pulling back, pulling back. I'm watching crude. All right, 10-year yield. Look, that's a pretty significant drop in the 10-year yield. All right, down 1.37%. Well, 1.34, down to 3.73 yield. Okay, moving on to the 5, to the Max 7 Plus. Who's leading here? We got Google. Google's up 1.67%, followed by Coinbase, followed by Meta. All right, followed by AMD. All right, now who's lagging here? We got Amazon down 0.30, Microsoft down 0.30, Boeing. Boeing is looking to get some do some stock offering, I believe, to get some money. All right, so Apple is down 1.19%. I want to see why. Taiwan Semiconductors to breakthrough plus Taiwan a decade ahead of China's. I don't know why Apple is down, but it is. All right, so moving on to top sector stocks. All right, we got UPS. UPS up 0.30. Uber's up 0.25. All right, who's lagging here? We have Chevron, crude's falling, right? Exxon, because crude's falling. Disney, down 0.74. I saw Disney got a downgrade. That's why that is down. All right, let's go to the swing trade list. Who's leading here? Donald Trump stock is up 5.16. Atlassian, all right, ticker team. They have an upgrade. Roku, believe same thing, up 2.20. Ford, same thing, upgrade. Alcoa up 1.79. CVS looking to restructure and possibly separate the company, up 1.78. Datadog got an upgrade. Clorox got an upgrade. All right, rounding out there. All right, who's lagging today? Well, Supermicro Computers split, 10-1 split, so they are down to $42 a share. That's why it's showing 89%, but that is just not right because it's split. Skyworks down, Tandem Diabetes down, Cloudflare down. Not much to talk about in the laggards here. All right. All right. Let's go to the guts. Let's go to those guts. All right. It's kind of disgusting to call them guts, but it's true. It's true. All right. This is moving around on me here. All right. Ooh. Leading semis. Not much of a leader, up 0.17. Communications and semis, you can see them switching on me. All right. Who's lagging? Really, not much here. Energy's down 0.26. The market, like I said, is above big ultimate balance, but we're still inside this balance area. This is why this market is kind of not weak, not strong. All right, that's how you have to look at the market. That's why yesterday I was like, this is garbage. I'm like, the market was split down the middle. There's nothing to do there. There's no edge for me there. Right? It's better off to sit back until I saw the Powell thing. That's what I was just sitting on the couch, and I said, "Whoa, what's going on?" Well, and then it got me involved. Right? All right. So let's move on. Let's move on today. We got some economic calendar stuff today. Let's talk about it. Boom. All right. Let's go over it. We got today, 9:45 a.m. We got S&P Global Manufacturing. All right, at 9:45. So today is a day to stay away, really. If you don't have an A+ trade after the market opens, 9:45, stay away. 10 a.m. you got JOLTS jobs and ISM manufacturing and ISM manufacturing employment. It's just not worth it to start a trade there. You get whipped out. Okay, so I'm gonna wait till that noise settles. And of course, we got Fed Bostic, Fed Cook speaking today, followed by more Fed speakers after the close. Barkin, Bostic, Collins. All right, and you got API accrued at 4:30. That's that. Okay, as far as news, let's go into it here. U.S. East Coast dock workers, longshoremen, halting half the nation's ocean shipping. Dock workers at the U.S. coast and Gulf Coast began a strike earlier on Tuesday, their large-scale stoppage in nearly 50 years. So that's pretty big. Okay, Boeing's raising. This is what I talked about. Boeing weighs raising at least 10 billion selling stock. Okay, CVS explores options including potential breakup. Talked about that earlier. All right, let's see what else is going on here that I said in the news. All right, like I said, I'm doing a little express here. All right, let's see Tesla here. Automaker and its CEO Elon Musk on Monday won the dismissal of a lawsuit accusing him of defrauding shareholders by overstating the effectiveness and safety of the company's self-driving technology in order to boost the stock's price. Okay. What else here? All right. I think that's it. We went over that. Real quickly, we'll look at the upgrades here and downgrades. I'm going to really quickly gloss over them. All right, so Becton Dixon got an upgrade. Let's see, Clorox upgrade, Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch upgrade, Datadog upgrade. All right, Roku upgrade. Talked about this before. Ford upgrade. All right, Team Atlassian upgrade. All right, downgrades. Downgrades. We got what else? We got. Only going to mention something that's significant. Not really that much. There's probably some target raise lowers, but we're gonna move on here. We're going to move on here. All right, so we're going to move on to daily charts here. And again, there's not even much to talk about in the daily charts just because of what we've been doing. All right, let's go to the charts here. So we've been in this balance, right? So tried the breakout. Now we have last week's highs. Look at that. Last week's lows. There's that express chart, right? Last week's lows, last week's highs. Perfectly can see it. All right, and what did we do? We opened here, drove down. Where do we go? Almost last week's lows. And where did we close? With the window dressing at the end of the quarter, right up here. All right. So where are we now? 573.60. Let's call it 573.60. Right by the close. Okay. I can only say that's bullish basically. All right. Let's look at the live look of futures. Okay. So we're just, the longer you stay here, it's just bullish. What is sellers doing? Look at that wick. They can't do anything. That's just a sign, right? It's just a sign. Like, sellers have no power yet. Until they do, but they don't have any power right now. That's a fact. That's not an opinion. Okay? Let's look at the Qs. Now look at the Qs. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Broke out, failed, gapped up, failed, came back. Now look, this is all this is about, the breakout level, right? Here's last week's highs, here's last week's lows, but really this level right here, 486, we're closed above it again. Okay? And you can see these bigger candles, right? So what are we going to do here? 488.10. We're right by the close of yesterday. Okay? Now, the longer, if we keep holding this level, you know what? All-time highs might be in sight. And this is just structure, right? You hold, break out. It's not like we're falling back. We tried to fall yesterday. Look, we hit the 90-minute daily. Let's go to the futures. Okay? And let's just see that big resistance, right? I've been talking about it. That 202.75 about. We're right here. What are we going to do? Right? What are we going to do? I don't know. But it's definitely not bearish. Again, anything can happen. Okay? Anything can happen. All right, moving on to triple-headed monster. We're going to talk about that 10-year yield dipping today. It's dipping today. All right, now look. This means bonds, 10-year yields have been being sold. Let's see if you can come back down here. All right. Bond market, smart money. All right. Bond market is the smart money. Let's look at that dollar. Now the dollar is, remember, it's based into here, and it's making a little run today. And what I read today is that yen is falling. All right, that yen is falling. All right. Let's see what the dollar can do. Can it break out of this last week's highs? I don't know. All right, so we got to look inside here and see first what the euro is doing, what that euro is doing. So the euro, remember the biggest currency against the dollar, 57.6% to be exact, is falling, right? It's going to do the inverse, right? Now let's look at that yen. The yen is falling, okay? It's got a little wick here, but that's what's going on, all right? You got to keep an eye on that. All right, last head of that monster, VIX. That's our fear gauge. 30 days out of fear. We're still above a 16. 16 VIX is 1% expected move plus or minus in the SP 500. So we're going to still have good volatility. Okay, good volatility. Like I said, we have an election coming up. I don't expect this to fall too much. I don't expect it to fall too much. All right. Now, let's go ready. Get ready here for that main event here. All right, punk cake. You might be the only one with me. I don't know. Luis, I haven't seen. G-Man. It's maybe because I'm doing this earlier. Muhammad, I haven't seen him. K-Trader, who knows who's here? Rosita, I don't know. But you're here, I think, still. So we're going to get into this market profile and volume profile. Boom. Here we go. All right. Let's do it. Let's talk about structure. All right. That's right, Buncake. All right. Now, where's price? Right there. 58.10. 58.10. Okay. Real quick, go over real quick. Ultimate balance. Remember I talked about it yesterday. Away from that level causes pain. Right? So yesterday, what did we do? Opened up. And then we were in chop zone land. And then Powell did this. Boom. All the way down here. And it quickly recovered and chilled right here. Right here. Right here. Okay? And then I said window dressing is going to blow this apart. And it held, like I said, big buyer, 57.82, held. And then when I said 5800 got taken out, boom, off to the races. Window dressing, right? You got to make your portfolios look good at the end of the quarter. Beautiful. Beautiful trade. All right? Like I said, making a video about it. Now, let's talk about what's going on now. We got a profile, right? Profile is pretty balanced. We got our value area, right? Remember, that's 70% of the trading. Price is here inside yesterday's range. Here's yesterday's highs. Here's yesterday's lows. Okay? Above ultimate balance. So structure-wise, this is bullish. Above the most traded price of yesterday. Structure-wise balance. Now, we have a very beautiful balanced profile in the overnight. That gives us zero edge. It just means that the sellers and the buyers are equal in the middle of the range. So that doesn't tell me much, except that we're accepting higher prices from yesterday. All right, we do have single prints right here. That's the emotional buying. That will not get cleaned until the real-time trading hours. Okay, I didn't put that on my chart, and I have to. I did not put that on my chart, and I have to. All right, let's do that right now. We're going to add these single prints right here to right there. There's our single prints. Okay. Now, we're going to look at some key levels. Woo, we got a key level. So from 58.20 to 58.22, we have weak highs, basically balanced highs. That, my friends, is what sellers want to defend and the bulls want to break. Break and hold, we go all-time highs. Right now, overnight high is an all-time high. That's usually not secure. Okay. Also, if this got supply zone here, this could fall again. Go back to the mean, right? So remember that 58.20 to 58.22. Write it down. Okay. Now we have a weak low now, 57.56. If you look to the left here, that's why you got support right here. Now that's weak. Okay. That's the downside. 57.56. That's the weak low, confluence low. Okay. Now trying to see what else we can look at here. So, and we also have our major bull bear line. Let's call it 57.80 to 57.93. Stay above there, it's bullish. Stay above there, it's bullish. Okay? All right. So, we have our levels. All right, we have our levels. I'm just trying to look at anything else nuanced. There is another rule here that I don't talk about sometimes. There's a spike here. All right, I want to tell you about spike rules. All right, so this spike here, this emotional buying with the single prints here, right? That's the window dressing. This is how you judge this, right? This spike, right? You want to see, are we below the spike? Are we within the spike? Are we above the spike? We are even with the spike, and guess what that means? The market's accepting these higher prices, right? Sometimes a window dressing can happen and then the next day it's down, right? Well, market's accepting it. Market's accepting it. That's a feather in the cap for the bulls. All right, now we're going to get into scenarios, folks. Let's do it. Remember yesterday I wasn't a fan? If you remember listening to me yesterday, I was not a fan of the plan because of the chop. And that was what happened in the beginning of the day. That chop was ugh. All right, so now let's go with the bull case. Bull case, right? All right, couple things here. And what I'm going to note here: overnight low with the single prints could be defended. All right, but what is that? 5,800, 5,800 at even number. Okay, we'll look at that. But really, what it comes down to, folks, is this. This area, it's a bull zone. That's all it is. You hold it, it's bullish. That's what I'm looking at. All right, then we got our week high, 58.20 to 58.22. This is the bull playground, okay? So what can we see? I could definitely see the market push down through those single prints. If you find support in single prints, that's bullish. You go up and break that high. Or you come down here and you find support in here, or you whip real close, recover also. Okay? What else can happen? We can just go straight up through here, break that week high. But guess what? Your boy doesn't do that, right? So I wait for the pullback and hold, then I'll join. All right? That's what I'm looking at for as far as longs. All right? As far as longs. Now, of course, can we go all the way down to this demand? And now, if the market isn't that weak, maybe we recover and go back to the mean. All right? I'm not a fan of that, but it's possible. Now, bear time. All right? We have our supply zone right up here. We have our week high, 58.20 to 58.22. Sellers need to re-engage there. Okay? We have our bull bear line. Remember, 57.93 to 57.80. Below here is a bear's paradise. Okay? So, what could I see? Price is right here. We could drive up, break that week high, but we don't go anywhere. Do a lower high, lower high. We're going to come back through here, cut through those single prints, and then the test is the bull bear line. What do we do here? Now, if it's a bearish case, like I'm showing you now, we cut through it, and we hold and start to find acceptance below. Start to find acceptance below it. This puts yesterday's lows in danger of being touched. 57.56, that's a weak low. It's a weak low, and we can go right down to 57.40. Okay, now of course, if we rip that, we can possibly go down to 5,700. Okay, this is what I'm looking at, folks. All right, we got about 3 minutes left. Let's look at the Nasdaq together, if we have time. I'm going to try to jam it in there. Okay. All right, let's go to the NASDAQ. Okay. You can see right now, based on my levels, you know my levels, right? Ultimate balance. What did we do yesterday? Came in. This used to be the most traded price of the month that moved. So now this is considered a high volume composite node right here. That's where we came right in here. And we're in chop zone city. See, I don't like this. Well, we're kind of hanging above it, so maybe I like it a little bit. All right, so here's the highs. Here's the lows of yesterday. Here's overnight high. Here's overnight low. So we're gapping up, but now we're not. Okay, we need to hold this ultimate balance here. Okay, we need to hold it. Now, Nasdaq's still relatively weak. Relatively weak. We have a balanced profile, just like in the ES. Doesn't tell us a lot. That doesn't tell us a lot. Okay. Now I'm looking at nuance levels to see if I can see anything to note. All right. What do we have here? The only thing I really, like I said, honestly, I want to see the market hold this. That's around 202.64 to around 201.72. This is a chop zone. We're in here. I'm not interested. But I am interested if we hold here. Okay? So, let's get right into it. I'm going to try to knock this out for you guys. You will hear an alarm from Alexa, most likely, for me to take my daughter to the bus. But let's go bull. All right, let's go bull. Like I said, I want to see this defend it. I really just want to see this defend it. So a lot of things can happen. We can push up, come into here, and if this holds, well, then we can go and try to knock out that 203.96, kill that supply, and then work ourselves up into those single prints, into that gap. Remember, we still have this big gap above us. Okay, big gap above us. Now Apple is down, so we would need Apple a lot to help us with this move. Okay, that is really, I mean, the only other thing, if we did lose this, but the market wasn't weak, well, maybe I'd think of a long, but I really want to see it hold above here. That's really all I'm interested in. Now, as far as the bear case, we do have a big supply zone here. Okay, already caused some resistance here. Okay, but we have to see now this area. There you go. There's my reminder. You're gonna hear it again. And it's gonna cut me off right here. Here we go. All right. So now you know I gotta take my daughter Layla to the bus. Let's see here. There's kind of like a weakish high here, 203.83 to 203.96 right here. Okay. Sellers want to defend this area. Okay. Sellers want to defend this area. So we could. This is a little different in the Nasdaq, right? We could push up here, come into here, get resistance, lower high, lower high. We can go back to the mean. Okay, this big chop zone. What do we do here? I think we chop, but if we manage to go down here, we could eventually hit this large composite volume, high volume node here. Take that out is not good. We could possibly go into 198.50. But I just don't, this just area is really choppy, chop suey. So I want to stay away from this area because I'm probably going to be hands off. This is just such a choppy area, okay? And that will do it, folks. That will do it for today. All right. Hope you enjoyed it. All right. Please give me a big thumbs up or a like if you did. All right. We got our plan, punk cake. We got our plan. All right. So hopefully everybody understands what we're doing here. I'm gonna make that video of that window dressing with the look above and look below and fail trade. All right, punk cake. Look for that on my TikTok. Look for that on my YouTube Shorts. That will be coming out probably today, later on today. All right. So everybody have a great day. And I gotta take my daughter to the bus. But I don't know. Maybe I'm back 8 a.m. tomorrow. I'm not sure. Or back to the 8:10. I might even stay. I'm not even sure. All right. So everybody have a great day. Stay patient. You don't want to be in that chop zone. Chop suey. No good. All right. So everybody have a great day, and I'll see